X-Men!
All right, everyone, welcome back. I am Cyberpunk Holiday. This is the X-Men before they were canceled and drawn by Neal Adams. I think it's Roy Thomas. Yeah, Roy Thomas who does the scripting. But this was right before the original run of the X-Men was canceled. I think they knew it was going to be canceled because sales were falling. This team wasn't doing the magic. Issue 57 is the oldest X-Men comic I have. Sadly, I wish I had older ones. I recently just got this at Phoenix Comic-Con Fan Fusion 2022. And, I think it's like 9-10 issues after this. X-Men is canceled. And they keep continuing to number it, but it's just reprinting old issues. So anyway... they brought on Neal Adams specifically to try and boost the sales, as Neal Adams was the guy at the time. He was the ultra mega superstar, and it wasn't enough. He couldn't save X-Men, which speaks to, whatever magic the team following this would have with Wolverine and Colossus and Storm, and bringing in that second team to save this team when they land on the living island. But this is Neal Adams art that we're mostly here to talk about. And, Neal being such a superstar, it works tremendously. I think it had to have been the storytelling that kind of killed this. No offense to Roy Thomas. I just don't think anyone could have saved the X-Men. Speaking of the Sentinels here, their physiology was always funny to me. It's kind of like Iron Man. They're somehow made of steel, but their joints can twist and bend, and you just go along with it. Even, they're like action figures. But they look so, ominous and menacing here. If this happened to me, I'd be freaked the fuck out. Machine's coming for me. But you can see that Neal Adams is on fire. He's doing everything he can. Head popping into this is something I never see. Maybe something only Neal could do. But if you take a look at just the panel layouts of what he does, excluding the head, even the dusk coming over right here, the mountains, the front Sentinel, her cot somewhere in the middle here, and then this one coming over, the X-Men coming through where it shines right here. He's just so on fire. And you can almost tell it's a Neal Adams comic book just because everyone always has their mouths open like this. It's something that I have discerned from his art over time, that he just really likes that expression. And you'll see it in Cyclops a lot in this issue. Like, follow Cyclops. 2 things you should do for this issue, because it's par for the time. It was the 69. Jean Grey is like there, but since she's a woman, she's not in this issue, basically. You already don't see her in any of these panels. Check it out. Cyclops turning his head with his mouth open. It happens so much in this issue. Look. This is famous panel almost in Neal Adams art because he was good at drawing various cultures and ethnicities of people. Obviously, this was probably he maybe looked at a photo, I'm guessing. Lots of expressionism. The fingers just weird positions. One thing when I first started seeing Neal's art, and it was originally in Batman, not X-Men, is that his like lips and nose and eyes and like the bone structure, like when it all comes together, it feels a little off. And it's not. I'm just saying, like, there's something twisty and malformed, but it looks good, that only Neal Adams could do when he draws. And I always like as a kid, that's the first thing I noticed. I'm like, it just looks a little like this jaw at the bottom is a little over more than where the top one is. It's like Cyclops is twisting his jaw out. It's something you could just discern by looking at it. But see, have you seen Jean Grey at all? Wasn't she in this issue? She's right there. Where's she at? Oh, there she is. Cool cave drawing. I feel like you don't see this in comics anymore. You could actually see this in one of the levels to the X-Men arcade game. And I'm curious if it was inspired by Neal Adams' art. Maybe, maybe not. Nice point of perspective for the whole team. Following up with the panel. You know, Jean finally says something. She has a thought. You know, nothing's ever hopeless, Warren. Not if. Hold it, Jean. I have something to say that's more important than your female mouth. Jean again. Or maybe she did it herself. Maybe, perhaps. I'm through with guessing games. I want to know what happened to Lorna. How dare you maybe it, Jean? It's a cool angry Iceman, though. I actually like this one, too. He looks like a popsicle here. It's freaking great. Nice design for the perspective grid. It looks so cool. This is a cool design too. Again, these figures, just the way they look, just so you know, not off, but just, it's just so Neal Adams. Like, you can just tell right off the bat. It's beautiful. And I wonder if he inked himself on this. Didn't even check. No, Tom Palmer. Did a good job, though. Beautiful scene of Iceman using his ice powers. I don't think I've ever seen that in a comic before. Freezing both the guns. Now, this is also a famous Neal Adams panel, I want to argue, because nobody was doing this in comic books in the late 60s. Nobody. Him falling down panel to panel on this grid. It's so good. It's so... this is why they brought him on. This is the perfect moment to express why Neal Adams was the superstar he was, because he was doing things like this. And it just looks so good. Even the way his body's like contorted, I just love it. It's something that you would want to see Beast in a position of, because this is kind of like his mutant power. Like, how would he, be an acrobat in this sort of situation? And if he's feeling it, then you're feeling it. But Iceman kind of comes to his rescue. I should say this is the first appearance, too, of Larry Trask, not Oliver, Dr. Trask. Dr. Trask was seen in X-Men 14 and 16, Bolivar Trask. And this is his son. They're basically, against mutants. They created the Sentinels. There's this thing where they're blaming the X-Men for killing his dad, but we soon learned that it wasn't the X-Men. It was Master Mold. They had turned on their creator, and they were killing him because, Master Mold's evil. And people can give Master Mold shit all they want. I absolutely love the idea of a giant Sentinel controlling all the other Sentinels, like the Mother Sentinel. I've always liked it for its absurdity. I can't help it. It's just who I am as a comics fan. Beautiful expressions, close-up shots, the hands again. See what I mean by, like, it's just a little bit, like, the thumb's way back here. It's just so Neal Adams. Just that, like, weird. Everything's a little bit, but that's what I associated him with. Anyway, this is still the time where you'd get 16 pages of comic book, I believe. Yeah, so you've still got pages back here expressing Jean's origins, even though, again, where was she in this issue? She waved. She said maybe something happened. Somebody got pissed off about that. She had a thought. Scott told her to shut up. But hey, let's tell you about her origins. Written by Linda. So at least there's a woman who got a chance to write the origins of a female in the only female in the X-Men. Part of the reason too why I'm doing this is just so people can remember Neal Adams and remember his contributions to comic books. He did so much. He fought for creators' rights. He was a master storyteller. He pushed the comic books forward in his paneling. His art was just so his own. Nobody was drawing like Neal Adams. Nobody was giving those types of beautiful panels. As a kid, I didn't understand his work when I read it in the Demon story with Batman. But as I got older, man, just what a powerhouse artist. Just beautiful storyteller. And it can't even express just how good he was. Like, you have to, like, follow his work and go buy some Neal Adams art books. Just go look. There's actually a Neal Adams X-Men art book, I believe, an artisan book that you can get, and it showcases some more of his X-Men work. And I would highly recommend that. Rest in peace, Neal Adams, for giving us all the great art he gave us. And, I want to thank everyone for watching. Before we go, I just actually released a new book. It's called Super Punks. And it's a story about, punkers kind of going off the rails into drug addiction. It's a true story about my life. I was a punker. And ultimately, the book is about how my mother became addicted to drugs and just kind of the downfall of my family and so on and so forth. It's available on Amazon and Kindle, self-published, obviously. So if anyone could check that out, I highly appreciate it. This is what supports me the most is just people reading my work. But aside from that, go check out Neal Adams' X-Men. Go check out X-Men of this period to gloss over more of that phenomenal art. And thanks everyone for watching.